Welcome to watchJojo. Today I'm going to show you 7 different ways to cook an egg. Always have more eggs on hand than you think you need because A, they're great for breakfast. Omelets are super easy, which I will be showing you today. And if you're entertaining picky guests and they like their eggs a certain way, or you're trying to do a dish and you hard boil your eggs and it turns out they weren't boiled enough, and you've already broken into it, you want to have backups because you can always find use for eggs, whether you're baking, just cooking, just eating. There's 1,001 different ways to do them, but we're going to show you 7 today. Now I'm going to show you all the materials you're going to need to cook all the different types of eggs we're going to do today. So we're going to start with the pan. I make sure that I have one with no divots, no burns, no rough surfaces. Gashes are kept to a minimum because we all have the pans that have been used and abused. They've seen some rough days and they're probably great for a pan-seared steak or like cooking up bacon. But eggs, you need the perfect pan. You need a dedicated egg pan, basically. So as far as what you want to use to make sure that your surface stays nice and slippery for your egg, making it a hell of a lot easier to flip. And you don't want your egg sticking, especially if you're doing anything under over hard. It's gonna rip, and then your presentation is gonna be awful. So you have 2 options. You have oil and you have butter. Advantages: oil, minimum flavor, so you can put other flavors in there, and a higher burning temperature, which means that it's not gonna burn out on you and add that blackness. Butter, it's upside. It's delicious, adds flavor, adds that whole dimension, but it has a lower burning temperature, so you can only cook at half or less power when you're doing your eggs. It takes longer to cook, and you're more at risk of messing it up. Also really hard to do the really well done eggs in the butter because you can't really hit the pan temperatures you required. So today I'm using oil, especially considering I'm going to be doing some over hards. So next thing, you can see how it's already rocking here. Boiling water. My trick for boiling water faster is A, get the lid on there. It traps the heat, circulates it, and makes it so instead of letting off steam, you're trapping it all in there so that it hits the temperature a little faster. Additionally, I like to salt my water. I don't think it's going to change too much about our eggs, and salt water actually has a lower boiling temperature than regular water. It's really cool. So by just adding salt, you are making it easier to hit that beautiful hard boil point that is required for your soft and hard boiled eggs. Cool? So let's turn on this pan. There. So I'm going to go to about a 6 and see where that goes. As far as oiling goes, I've got myself a little ramekin here with oil. I'm just going to give it a nice even spread. You could use vegetable, you could use whatever oils you have available. I have canola oil available, which is not exactly the healthiest or the tastiest, but it will do the job and it will make sure my eggs look fantastic. So while we wait for this pan to heat up, we're going to start dropping our eggs. Cool? So we're going to do both our hard and soft at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my spoon in and I'm going to slowly let it down, because if you were to just drop your egg, the force might crack it open and then your egg is compromised and garbage. So let's set a timer on anything. We are setting a 6-minute timer. So this is my timer for my soft boiled eggs. So soft boiled eggs really nice as kind of a garnish and to complete a dish. Probably a soup or noodle based dish, and cut it open and then have that juiciness. The egg yolk will still be runny and it'll run out and it'll look really nice for presentation purposes. Also, some people like runny yolks, some people like hard yolks. In my experience, everyone has their own way they want to cook eggs, and it's why it really, really sucks to be a breakfast cook. So, let's start with Sunny, the easiest egg. Firm whack on that egg. You do not want to have loose pieces of egg shells in your egg. Cool. As you can see, it's already started to cook up here. You can see it whitening up. What you're gonna see is that liquidy bit is gonna start retracting. And you're gonna just let it sit there until it's fully done. You just wait. Easiest egg, because you can't screw it up because you're not flipping it. And every egg that has ever been screwed up has died to a flip or an aggressively sticky pan. Another point you need to know about your eggs is you do not want to season until they were fully cooked. You might want to do pepper if you feel like it, if you want kind of like be floating in the middle of it. But the thing is, if you add salt, you slow down the cooking process of the egg. It actually makes it harder for it to fully cook. So you want to season with salt and pepper at the end. And you always want to season with salt and pepper because that's where all your flavor comes from. All the best eggs are cooked usually in butter with salt and pepper, in my opinion. This wateriness is completely subsided. It's still slick, but like it's fully cooked. So what we're gonna do, that's my Sunny egg. Another point for the egg, picking it up, always be forceful underneath. You always want to get right underneath that. So, because we are great multitaskers, we are noticing our timer is about to go off. I have 17 more seconds and counting. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a little bowl to pop that in. Eggs are the most time-sensitive cooking you'll like ever do. Cool. We're going to stop that and then we're going to start it immediately. The reason I'm going to do that, because I'm going to show you hard-boiled as well. So, there's my soft-boiled. Our egg is done here, the soft-boiled. So what we're going to do, we're going to shock the shell so it's easier to peel. So we're going to pop that in some cold water. Cool. Next up, over easy. Most commonly ordered egg. Boom. Let it rock. This is your flip. Get under it perfectly, okay? Boom. Don't apply any pressure. You're looking for 30 seconds. That's it. You can see, yolk is still runny. It is firmly sealed over. This is perfect for if you're making an egg sandwich, you want that nice runny yolk. You want really runny, you go over easy. Cool. Next up, over medium. Firm whack. Crack that shell. Leave no scraps behind. Perfect. Beautiful sizzling pan, re-oiled after every use. Eggs wait for no man. Cool. Got a minute and a half on our hard-boiled. This guy, ready to flip. It's basically fully seared. It's almost sunny side. That's when we want to finish it. We still want to have a little bit of runniness here because we're going to finish it off. So, last time we waited 30 seconds. This time we're going for more of a 45-50 second wait. This will have it so our yolk is still runny, but it'll be thicker. This is good for sandwiches you want to make that are not as messy. Making sure it's not sticking. Got a little bit of stickiness there. Can feel it's still pretty firm. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Probably going for the 50 to a full minute. So, this is where we have the differing opinions on what constitutes a over hard egg. Some people believe you just cook it until it is firm and you keep its form. Other people believe the yolk needs to be broken once the flip is done. This also speeds up the over hard. The final one is you break it early. Like basically right now, and it's basically an unscrambled scrambled egg. Cool? So on that basis of knowledge, we're gonna go with the middle option. Once I flip this, I will break it open so that it cooks a little faster and I can guarantee it is over hard. Gonna get rid of all these little tail bits. This is all garbage. Cool. So our first sear is done. You can see we have a little bit of runniness still, but I can pick it up. So I'm gonna flip. I'll just push that back over there and let it rejoin its people. So like I told you, I'm gonna break this egg. I was kind of hoping it would break in the other direction. Still technically over hard. And anyone tells me, hey, that's not how you do an over hard egg, like the egg can't be broken. Tell that to customers. Just tell that to customers. The customer wants what the customer wants. Over hard can be broken down into 3 different ways, in my opinion. So if you want to think about it, you could just learn technically 9 different ways to cook an egg, if you want to be really smart about it. Cool. So because the yolk broke outwards instead of inwards like I wanted, let me give this a quick flip again. Sear the bottom of the yellows of the egg. Give it a little bit of pressure because I'm not worried about breaking anything. The yolk is broken. Cool. And let's get the harder sear on the other side so that we have an even color. Egg done. Nice thing about cooking over hard, when you break it, it's a hell of a lot faster. I use whole, and I use a mortar and pestle to crush my black pepper whenever I need it in small quantities. It's fresher. So what I'm doing is, first I took the whole and I cracked it by applying pressure. Now that it's smaller, I can do the circular motion, which will allow it to grind up, so I can get the pepper as fine as I would like it, which I'm looking for like a medium coarse blend. Our final egg today will be the omelet. I have prepared it. This is a mushroom, cilantro, red pepper, onion omelet. It's actually the mix we used in our quiche recipe. So, had a little bit left over. The gist of it, egg, cheese, cream, just a little bit. Use whatever percentage you feel comfortable with. Some people use 10%. I used 18 today, but you can basically use whatever cream you want. And milk if you're in a pinch. You just need that liquid nature so that you can better spread it. The difference between omelet and scrambled eggs is not breaking it. So all you have to do is you need to be patient. You need to not make an omelet that is too big for you to flip, and you need to be able to lift it and wait for it to seal all around the edges. You'll start seeing the edges change up. The texture, you can already see it in some of these corners where it's gotten firm, it's getting firm. Some spots it's bleeding over still. So where I'm just gonna wait patiently until that's ready. Then I'm gonna loosen it all. I'm gonna wait patiently until all of that is ready. And then I'm gonna loosen it all. And I'm gonna do a beautiful pan flip. And then it's gonna fall on the floor and I'm gonna cry. I don't have a backup. If I screw this up, it's going on camera. Scrambled is weak. Everyone knows how to scramble an egg. And scrambled egg is just a f***ed-up egg. Gourmet scrambled eggs, just a broken omelet. Probably what we're gonna end up with today. Okay, so I've got it. So it's loose. Yeah, look at that jiggle. Okay?
Okay.
Are we ready for this?
Ready for this.
Ho! It's a little darker than what I'd like, but you know, it'll work. Now I just need to cook it all the way through here. I'm just gonna basically know when it's ready by feel, firmness. The good thing is I have no feeling left in my hands as far as pain goes, so I can just poke food. Make sure it doesn't stick. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Yeah, welcome to Cook Life, where you work 60 hours and then you're like, know what I should do? Go on YouTube and cook more. Well, I don't like this side, so I'm gonna flip it. Look. I'm gonna... Oh no! Fuck it! The good news is, can we save him? Play the ER music. We can bring him back. We can rebuild him.
So that's what it looks like.
Ish. Boom. Omelet. Always season your food, okay? There are rules. That is one of them. The other one is, I was getting way too cocky about this omelet and then fucked it up. We're about to break open our eggs and show you the different consistencies. So here, I have our hard and soft boiled egg. You can feel the squishiness. This is much more firm. Still runny, as you can see. Beautiful color. Next, hard boiled. Fully cooked through. Nice and firm. Salt and pepper, good to go. We have our sunny. Nice and oozy. Boom. Our easy. Also nice and oozy. Our medium. Still oozy, but you can see it's thicker, right? I had to squeeze to get this one out. And you can see some of the yolk is actually fully cooked, just around the edges. So this is really good for like just a little bit of runniness, good for your sandwiches. And then finally, for those well done heathens out there, one fully cooked, well done egg. No run, no runniness, just what was still on my knife. And cool. Next, we have the omelet, fully together. Could probably get a better presentation on it, but omelets are evil. For those of you wondering why we did not do scrambled eggs, that's because scrambled eggs is just a messed up omelet. Scrambled eggs. Today, you've been shown 7 different ways to cook an egg. From the sunny, to the easy egg, over easy, to over medium, over hard, your soft boiled, hard boiled, and omelet. Hope you learned a bunch, and I'll see you next video.